Okay, we're back now. We had to delete another video.
But yeah, I would set that one where it needs to be, and keep the ballast on this side, and I think it'll be fine.
And then just mount this one permanently too?
Yeah, because where he sits, let me take this piece of shit off the boat.
He paid, I think, $40 a piece.
Oh,
for those.
I'm glad he didn't pay a whole lot for them.
Which one's mine? Hell, I don't know.
Yours is the full one. Mine's the empty.
Well, actually, they're about the same. I can't believe I drank that much.
Pedestal?
They're inside.
Yeah, you got to be able to reach that tiller. That's pretty
Now,
cool.
I'm sure he spins his seat a little like this. Probably sits, but now see, you've got some weight over here. You know, you're not too far off center, sitting right here.
Yeah.
Spin back around. But that's about center. He's about 8 inches off center.
Let me see. Yeah.
Here's where I think it has to sit. But I'm thinking what we need to do, Richard, is take this boat out without any seats on it, just like it is. And let's see how it, because that'll tell us right there. I mean, the seats aren't going to be any different.
Right.
You know, it's just more weight to us. But I think if we just go out in this thing and sit in it, and I would almost, if it'll work, I'd mount the, unless that back one he needs to slide. And I can make something for that. But I think this one, I think almost dead center.
Dead center.
That way he can see past him.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, see, the whole dynamics of the boat has changed now from before, because before the weight was all messed up and there wasn't any weight in the front, and he'd feel every little subtle off balance. This thing is weighted down enough now, I don't think it's going to matter really at all.
No. It's like a barge now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like a barge. It's like
it's not going to lift off the water.
Right. So, so what we've got on those now.
But I'm going to finish up the lights and stuff, you know. But anytime you get ready, I think we ought to take this for a boat.
Man, we got to do it Saturday morning. We'll take it over and put it in at Shiloh and see if we can get this thing field tested and see.
But I do think you could mount these seats down and just be fine.
So what we've got is we've got the little we're going to mount that to the little what do we call it?
Pedestal.
The swivel.
Yeah, the swivel pedestal.
The swivel, and then that goes onto the pedestal, whatever.
Yeah.
We're not going to need those little wire things like we had before that mount it.
Oh no.
We're going to do
all that to these boards.
Yeah. So you're talking about putting it on the swivel and then the swivel to the
and centering it up on the seat like that.
Yeah.
I think they look real. That looks sharp.
Yeah, that does look good.
That looks
and it's
sharp.
Clean. I mean, you don't have you can walk. Because, you know, that's a big thing in these boats. You get two big old guys. He's got size 13 feet.
Right. And this gives you space to get around, and this thing's always there.
Yeah.
Just leave it right there.
Yeah.
I think it's great for sitting right there.
Yeah.
If you're up front, it's easy to get to both sides of the boat.
Yeah, right.
Back there it is wider, and he's offset, so it's a little harder. But you can also use that.
Yeah, put your feet up.
You know, put your feet up and kick back a little bit.
Yeah.
And got plenty of leg room up front.
Yeah. Especially if I'm up front.
And if you might have a cold beer down there in the ice chest or something.
Yeah. This all looks great, Mark. This is really impressive.
It's the way a boat should be. I argued with Aaron about this, but he was right. When I saw this, I said, "This is cool. You can use the whole floor."
Yeah.
You know, with ribs, you can't do much. You can't put any. You set something down, it falls over.
Right.
And if it's too big to fit, it's wiggly wobbly. But flat floors
you solved
are good.
Yeah, you solved that problem. I mean, that just makes that whole floor usable. You're right, because you couldn't get your feet between the ribs. So your feet are kind of like always sitting on a rib or yibbity yabbity. Yeah.
And if it does leak water, you can have 1.5 inches of water in here and keep your feet dry.
That's a good thing, yeah, because it's going to go underneath in the channels.
It's just going to run out the back,
go back
to the sump pump.
To the sump pump, flip a switch.
You could run this thing leaking and stay dry.
Yeah, yeah.
See, that's always been my problem in a boat. They always leak.
And you get your feet all wet.
My feet's wet right off the bat.
I know. That's the thing with being with Fowler and his boat the last few days, man. I get in and out of the boat the whole time, and I get out and my feet are dry, and I'm like, man, I ain't used to that.
Yeah, that's weird.
I ain't used to that. Well, I think we ought to recommend that.
Yeah, Saturday then, let's do a float, or if you can come any time sooner, whatever works in your schedule.
I got a crazy week. I can't get.
But I'd love to take this out and just sit where we need to sit. You know, we can just sit here, take our little life. I've got 2 cushions.
Yeah.
It's legal.
Yeah.
And well, we can sit on those.
Oh yeah.
And that way you can put your cushion where you want it, and when you get it just set where you feel good, the cushion marks the spot.
Yeah.
You just get up, and I'll put a piece of tape there, and we'll mark it and say that's where it needs to go.
All right.
But I think this will work good. I think if you're sitting back there, you can see around the passenger. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you can maybe lean that way a little bit and look around them.
Richard, be careful.
I just wanted to sit. Yeah, that works pretty good.
Yeah, I think just mounting his little swivel mounts right here would be great.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if he gets a fish there, he's going to have to get up. But, you know, if you get a fish, you already get up.
Yeah. I like the fact that it's unobstructed, though, because, you know, even in Fowler's boat, man, you're walking up back and forth. And
he's got ribs?
No, he's got it all done.
He's got floor?
Oh, yeah. And, you know, you never have to touch metal, I mean, in that, you know, and that's good. So...
Well, I'm going to get out of y'all's hair. I just wanted to see what your input was. Every time I come home, I said, oh, that's fabulous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I knew it would look this way. Aaron has Aaron has a little hard time, you know, envisioning this stuff, but I think he'll see this video. He'll like it.
Well, you know, it only took a day to carpet this thing.
Yeah.
You know, if the carpet goes bad, and I even wrote on the bottom of every piece the size of carpet takes to carpet that piece.
Wow.
So if you pull a piece off the carpet, turn it over, and it'll tell you how big a piece to cut. And lay it down, and you can cover that piece with it.
Well, this is really good.
And you've got a pattern to look at from the old one. So they're easily replaceable. They're not glued on. So
they're upholstered.
Yeah, they are. They're upholstered. This is not
it's tight,
carpeting.
man.
This is upholstered.
It's tight. That's good.
Yeah.
So you're gonna like carpet that floor too. Like,
yeah. The hell with the gas leaking on it.
Yeah.
Let it burn a hole through it. Who cares? You can just go get another. I've got enough carpet. I'll just give him what's left.
Right.
And if that floor will probably be the only thing he replaces. And that'll be the easiest piece to carpet too. That's the only easy piece to carpet. Yeah. So that's why I thought might as well carpet the thing. He's got leftovers.
Yeah. Well, he won't ever do anything. He'll bring it back here and let you fix it.
Yeah.
Well, he could bring the piece. He wouldn't have to bring the whole boat. He could just.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll show him how to take any piece off of it, and he can just bring me the piece. And that way, you know, he won't have to lug the boat down here.
Right.
And Mark had this idea of having everything in here and bringing it out one at a time and putting it together so he could see how it
goes. I will. Yeah, when he comes to get it, he's going to see an empty boat here. Because I want him to see how this goes together, because he may someday want to fix something. Or, you know, he just needs to know how.
I don't think you ought to do him that way. I think you ought to have it put together when he gets it.
Well, he's got to eventually take this floor up and clean this boat. You can't leave this here forever.
He's an intelligent young man. All you have to do is give him instructions.
Well, luckily, to get the floors up, they are hard to get your fingers into. But
he built him a tool.
We have a tool that takes those blocks out. It also takes the floor out.
Oh, yeah.
And here, this is hard to do by yourself. if you can push that forward. But now, if I'm by myself and I want to stand on one side, I get a piece of flat metal or something, a stick or something, stick in there.
Yeah.
Oops.
Man, I don't know, man. That looks pretty good.
But yeah, that tool comes in handy for two things.
Yeah.
Don't lose the tool.
Yeah, it's a handy tool. And if he has one Phillips screwdriver, there's like a dozen screws. If he wants to totally disassemble this thing,
Yeah.
he can take it, just 12 screws will hold it all in.
All right. Well,
You know, there'll be a couple here, but he shouldn't ever really need to take that apart in the water,
I wouldn't think so.
you know.
And I don't really think he'll ever even have to mess with those weights. I think that's just going to be.
Hopefully
Of course,
not.
we'll find out on Saturday.
I hope
when
not. I hope they just stay there forever.
You need to
But-
straighten that up. It's not quite straight when you pull it out.
Oh, this? Yeah, I need to cut that up, eighth of an
Okay.
inch.
Yep, that's good. All right, so final thoughts.
Well, I think if we do a road test and see where those seats can go, if they can go fixed, I would fix them. I really would. Or other than if you need the back, I can understand the back. Not the front so much as the back. I can make a nice sliding platform that'll work on it. But front, I think that thing should just be screwed right in the middle. Leave it alone, because it's in a good place. You really don't need to go anywhere else than right there.
That's really true.
It's just, where else would you go? You lean over the boat, it's going to turn over, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're always best in the middle of the boat.
Yeah.
And I like passengers in the middle, where they have no choice in the matter.
Right.
Let me move around. You stay there.
See, like on Dave's boat, he's got the little steering wheel thing, you know, where you got two seats side by side. So you
yeah.
both sit side by side, and then
Yeah.
you cruise where you're going, stop and get out, and everyone gets in the front, one in the back. But this boat's
Well,
not
see, when you're
designed for
by
that.
yourself, that's a little off balanced.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, he's got
But
to
see,
sit on one
but as
side.
heavy as that boat is, it's not a factor. And I
Well,
think
I guess-
that's going to be the deal with
I
this
guess
boat.
that's it. With this one, we've heavied it up enough that it'll be a barge.
Yeah.
We've added the weight of 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
150, yeah, 300 pounds in the wood and concrete.
Yeah.
300 pounds.
Yeah.
So, you know, that is going to put a lot of down pressure on
Right. Right.
it. And, yeah, I don't think it will matter a lot. If he can stand it fixed, I'd fix it.
You know what
And-
I recommended he do from the beginning?
And the
would
worst
be-
we do is run the carpet, and it
Yeah.
just cost 50 cents a foot.
See, what I wanted him to do is do stick steering and just have it sit up here and have your stick steering. If you fish by yourself a lot, that's the way to go.
And it wouldn't be hard to rig something like that.
No, they make the kit where you got, you know, a thing with the cables and all of it, and you just run it back there, and you can do that easy with that motor. But he doesn't want to do that right now. He wants to just have it where he can go by himself. But most of the time, he's going to take somebody with him. So he's trying to think of it mostly with 2 people riding in it. So you know what I mean. So I think this.
Well, I think this is going to work just the way it is. I don't know that I'd add the sliding seats.
Yeah.
And that's about 20 or 30 pounds.
Yeah, that's extra weight.
There we don't even need.
You know,
Yeah, I think
like I said, I didn't think of that, but when I see it like this, I see that as a trip hazard.
Oh, it was just butt ugly. David mentioned it at first,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. David mentioned that to me. He said,
And I
down there, he said, man, that's.
I said, not only that, Dave, hell, it'll crush your skull if you fell in it. That's what worried me more than tripping hazard. I thought, if you trip, you'll fall on the back and kill yourself.
Right. Well, all right then. I like that. All right, Aaron. Well, I'm gonna send you this video, and then you need to think about it if you want to call me.
Or, a finished product now.
It's almost finished. Just got to finish this wiring and these plugs, and make a decision on these seats on how you want to do it, and then.
I think that's going to rely on us taking a road trip and seeing how it
Yeah, I think we're going to have to put it in the water this Saturday and test it like this and see if that.
Saying, yeah, right.
Well,
No, he
if he
knows.
wants to, can he come down?
No, he's not coming down this weekend. But we already talked about it. I said, you know, we're going to field test this thing and make sure it doesn't sink when we put it in the water. He said, well, absolutely, go ahead. I mean, make sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, he's all for field testing.
Yeah.
It.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's not into swimming, is he?
He would rather us risk our life and drown rather than him get in there the first time. So I mean, that's how smart he is. He's not going to, you know, he's not going to be the guinea pig. He'll let us be the guinea pig.
He's going to have the best looking boat though. He's going to have to take those off that he found on YouTube and put this thing on.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
This is what they all try to do.
Yeah.
They just can't do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really good. I told him all along. I said, just be patient because the end product will be worth it. And so he's pretty well decided. You know, it'll shine when it shines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At least you know it is easy to walk in this boat.
Yeah.
You know, man, this is the easiest boat I've ever walked in, other than a pontoon boat. You know?
The seats won't fall when it gets down.
We'll nail those down. We'll use some heavy-duty nails.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is nice, and you know, you'll be able to walk all the way to the back.
Right. That's important.
Man, this is a neat boat.
Yeah, it's important.
I do like his ideal though. This is a good ideal.
Yeah. All right, Aaron. Well, we'll get this to you.